Alright, making this video, this is about the PCS TCM-2000 I'm using on my 96 landcruiser 4BT with an a343f Aisin transmission. I've been meaning to make this video for a while, so it's just kind of a run around town, kind of see how it goes through the shift tables. You can see how it, every time it hits one of those lines to the next shift, depending on my RPM input, based on my throttle position, it's going to change the position of where it's at on that table. They have kind of a two-dimensional shift change. You can see the torque converter light, third gear torque converter will lock up right about there at 45. And that gives me third gear lockup as well as fourth gear overdrive, which is a nice feature, something that the original Toyota transmission tuning does not do. So you can downshifts when you want it. You can program your downshifts and upshifts. Scroll through some of the gears here. Third gear lockup. Then it's going to approach fourth gear. It's going to unlock as it shifts into fourth gear. And then it'll lock up at 61 again that's just where I have it programmed, pretty much a flat curve for fourth gear lockup. But it's a pretty nice setup without hitting any buttons, power button, overdrive off button. Just kind of program it the way I want it. See it all unlock and downshift where I want it, just so it's ready to go whenever I need the power. Here, and I'll uncover, get rid of the screen monitor and show you the lockup table. So my lockup parameters are all adjustable when it locks, when it unlocks in each of the individual gears, which is a feature that I couldn't find in many of the other tuners without getting into a lot of the high dollar transmission controllers. So that was one feature that drove me towards the TCM-2000. Program it that way really just keeps me from having to shift in and out of, or remembering to push the overdrive button to keep it in drive. I know the old tuning, it would, when you had the overdrive turned off, it would do third gear lockup, but then you get on the highway and it's just locked up at third gear screaming unless you go and hit the button. This way it's programmed the way I kind of think and would have driven it if it was a manual, which is just a nice way to have it. You don't have to turn buttons on and off, overdrive on and off, things like that. I do have a gear change though to 355, which really makes fourth gear not as usable around town below 50 miles an hour. Occasionally I really do wish I would have use overdrive and get a little more mileage around town, but again, I'm getting 16 to 17 miles to the gallon, diesel obviously, around town, stoplights every half mile to a mile, and that's with the 355 gears, 35-inch tires, all-wheel drive, and I probably weigh about 5,500 pounds, so can't really complain about that with a built-up off-road vehicle. Alright, hope that answers some questions. If you have any specific ones, just feel free to ask.